creating a supplier invoice, but this time we'll be doing one that is unpaid. That means you still owe the supplier the outstanding balance. Start by clicking on the cost accounting icon. On the left menu, go to purchases and then select create supplier invoice unpaid. Select the supplier, the location where the inventory will be added to, and then do a test invoice unpaid as a reference number. And start adding items. To add the items, you click here in items, and then you can select the product that you want to add. And as always, you can type to search for the word that you're looking for. We'll start by adding the CBD oil at 15,000 barrels. So click add to cart, and we'll just add here comments test unpaid. So first thing you'll notice is that we have the product ID, product name, unit batch, order quantity, order unit cost, and then quantity in batch, quantity to receive, the unit of measurement, unit cost, and subtotal. Remember, Costbucket is a costing system. What's important for us is to know what is the quantity being received, the unit of measurement of that product that's being received, and what is the unit cost of what's being received. So in this case, we're receiving 15,000 milliliters of the CBD oil. So you can see here quantity in batch 15,000, and this is showing that we received one batch, one in this case one barrel. So let's say this was $2,000 for the barrel. Now it's showing that the unit cost per milliliter is 13 cents. Same thing if we had said we received 10 barrels. Here it is saying 10 barrels were received at a unit cost of $2,000 per barrel. Same thing. Now it is showing that you received 150,000 milliliter of the CBD oil at 13 cents per milliliter. This is very important from a costing perspective because when we get into the actual making of the product, this cost here at 13 cents per milliliter is what's going to feed up into the costing of the product. So this is very, very important from a costing perspective. We'll just add, um, let's say we add some labels and we can add like a container as well and add to cart. Now, in this case, what we see is the product showing as a unit cost. So it's not showing as a batch anymore like it was here before. Now it's shown as a unit cost. And for the unit cost, we're saying this is the quantity that was purchased and this is the quantity that was received. So you can see here, let's say again, it's 10 and it's 15. It's still coming back to show $1.50, sorry, $1.20 per unit cost and 50 cents per unit cost again. And again, it's showing us 10 received and 15 received because now we're doing it by unit. The next step would be to include, let's say the taxes that was paid on the invoice when it was processed. And you can continue to add your products. You can search for products as well by using the barcode search. You can also create a new item if the product you're looking for doesn't exist in the inventory system. And you just keep adding them until you have all the products that are in there from the supplier's invoice. And then you click process. So remember, be very, very careful from a costing perspective to ensure that if the product that is purchased is a batch, that requires you to know the unit cost. You need to make sure that this is set up properly, the quantity in batch is set up properly in the inventory system, and that you process everything correctly, because the cost per unit of the product is essential if you're making or manufacturing products. It's also essential for the profitability report as well. So let's click process. Next thing to look for is that you'll receive an invoice number. This is the cost bucket invoice number and the purchase order number. If you don't see these numbers, the transaction didn't go through properly. Always document these numbers on the supplier invoice to confirm that you've processed your transaction in Costbucket. Thank you.